We are live from the baddest city on the planet, Stockton, California. Your host is a rich asshole who hates poor people, me, Ernest, Mexicans, and Jews. Crosley Gracie Purple Belt, Tim Freeman. Also co-hosting the inventor of Big Man's Jiu-Jitsu, taking backs and chomping Big Macs, Ernest. Today's special guest, one of the very best strikers to step in the octagon, the head alpha at Team Alpha Male, Duane, Bang, Ludwig. Also special guest by way of Afghanistan, world-class striker and striking coach of Jake Shields, Tariq Azeem. Tell your wife and kids to shut the hell up. Tell your boss you're busy with your iPod because this is the Inside BJJ Podcast.
That was, every time he does it, I tell him that was the best one of all time.
Matt, I think you're a little racist for calling him that, though, dude.
But that
Did
was.
you just give him that name? Just because he's from Afghanistan, you gave him that?
No, he really is from Afghanistan.
So you give him that name, dude? That's
Tariq Azeem.
Yeah. Is his name Bobby?
Yeah, his name is Richard. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. I want to remind everybody that today's podcast is brought to you by M-Kimonos.
And your
The
mother.
very best.
The very best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gis on the market. You need
M-Kimono.
M-Kimono. Go to www.mkimonos.com.
Do it.
Also, I want to remind you guys to support our other sponsors. Go to the Amazon click-through banner on InsideBJJ.com. We really appreciate that. We're also hawking things like Gracie gear, Defense Soap, the Lucas Lepre Guard Passing DVD. Use Inside BJJ as your promo code. Get free shipping.
All good things for your mother. Mother's Day is coming up.
That's right. Or for Easters.
Easter's is good.
Yeah. You know, Jesus loves grappling.
He does. He does love Jiu-Jitsu. It's a fact. It's actually written down.
He's a really good guard
Somewhere.
passer.
His robe he used as a gi. He worked on gi chokes.
He had a really good Ezekiel choke.
He was really good at grabbing the arm, the sleeve, and
Right.
getting control.
I thought the book of Ezekiel was written about Ezekiel chokes. I had no idea.
No, it was written
You're
about-
like,
it was
where
written
are
about,
the illustrations? I can't go by
It
this.
was written about spaceships.
Ancient aliens. Yeah, so hey, we got a great show lined up. Thanks everyone for the support.
Ancient Jiu-Jitsu technology.
We also have some Inside BJJ shirts. Tri-blend, very nice, very form-fitting, makes you feel good. Get one of those because you need it. Go to InsideBJJ.com/donate, and you could send us $20 to $30, and depending how,
Or more. You can send more.
$20 to $30, depending on how I'm feeling that day.
You're getting this show for free, and we're giving you quality entertainment. We're making your shitty job not so shitty, so you could buy a fucking T-shirt. Sorry, part of my language.
Just buy
get a
buy the
shirt.
fucking shirt, dude.
Oh, jeez, come on.
Quit being such a cheap ass, dude.
Get a shirt.
Just get a fucking shirt, man.
So
Why
here's
are you making it so awkward. You're
Also-
being fucking weird about it, man. We're just trying to fucking do a podcast, and you're being all fucking weird about a shirt. Yeah, but you don't like shirts? Just buy the fucking shirt, dude.
You
You want a
sound-
shirt? You need a shirt. You can't just walk around naked.
You sound like Mark Wahlberg.
Just buy a fucking shirt, man.
Give us the tape, and then we get the deal, and then we bring you your
Look,
money.
You buy the shirt. We make the podcast.
Then you get.
You're happy.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a shirt while you're happy.
Yeah.
And we're happy because you bought a shirt.
I like that.
And you don't look so douchey to everybody like you normally do.
Well, that's true.
And you just quit being fucking weird about it. Bottom line.
The other thing is, this podcast is also up on video. You can go to our YouTube channel. It's Inside BJJ. Our last show, we featured Kurt Oceander and Edwin Frias, and you can check that out.
Free love,
Really appreciate it.
Awesome shirts. The ladies really love them.
Heck yeah. I want to remind everybody also that there is a Gordo Seminar coming up in Brentwood on March 16th. That's Brentwood, California. You could get more information by going to CrosleyGracie.com. It starts at 12 p.m., and it's going to focus on half guard. It's going to be pretty awesome, so
I know that stuff already.
make sure you check that out. Also, I wanted to send a shout-out to Jeremy Montez Jr. They're doing a benefit for him. Basically, they're doing a seminar. Dave Camarillo and Lana Stefanik are doing the instruction there, and all the proceeds are going directly to Jeremy's families to help us.
Where is this at?
This is gonna be in. Where is it gonna be? It doesn't say.
Santa Cruz, California.
Santa Cruz. Where do you see that at? I can't really. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's at. Is that Kaijin MMA? Yeah, Santa Cruz, California. So you can
April 20th.
April 20th, all ages and co-ed.
Dude, you guys need to go to this.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, it's not really expensive. It's top-notch instruction. And it's going to help somebody out. So just quit being fucking weird about
just
it,
go.
man.
Don't be
just
a
quit being
tight-
fucking weird, dude.
So look it up.
You're making it more awkward than it needs to be, dude. I mean, you're helping somebody out. Just go to the fucking... You need the technique. Just go, dude. Be so fucking weird about it.
I like that line as a pressure tactic to get. Just stop being weird about it.
Dude,
Buy
you're
the car. Just
you're-
stop being weird.
You're making it fucking awkward, dude. Look at the guy's picture, dude. He
Everyone
needs
feels
the
weird
proceeds.
now. Everyone feels weird now because you won't do this. Just do it.
The guy who's it's
No.
benefiting, he's wearing a shirt. You didn't buy the fucking shirt.
He
At
has-
least help this dude out.
Inside
Jesus.
BJJ shirt. Thank you very much. And you can donate to Jeremy's cause if you go to GoFundMe.com/JER taps leukemia.
Or you can keep being weird and not donate.
Not help
dude.
anything and just mooch off the
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
But whatever.
You can do that.
Volunteer.
That's
Almost like I got one word for everybody. Volunteerism.
There
That's
you
all
go.
I'm gonna say.
Okay. That works.
cool. Good. Yeah.
Volunteering
Yeah.
to help myself. Hey, also we have a Nicholas Green premium podcast went out last week.
Who's that?
You're a tool, dude. Who's that? Who? Nick is a purple belt under Half. He's a super cool guy. He's got a cool story, man. This guy, I mean, inspiring story. He was abandoned in Korea, I believe South Korea. Pretty sure it wasn't North Korea.
Is that true? Or are you just being racist,
No,
and
he-
making up shit?
Yeah, because we know Koreans don't take care of their kids. No, he was abandoned when he was a baby and basically was adopted
he's
by
a
some
communist
Americans.
spy.
No, he's South Korean. Come on, man. So
How do you know
he's
that?
got a really good story, and I want to encourage you guys if you're
Perhaps
thinking about.
you made that up, dude. You bought it.
They're threatening to nuke us.
You're
Tim.
aiding and abetting.
You guys are so good.
They're threatening
You're
to nuke our
wow.
country.
You guys, I don't know if you knew this, but South Korea is not the same country as North Korea.
That's what they're telling us.
Oh God.
You're
That's what
aiding
the
and
media
abetting,
is
dude.
telling you. That's what Fox News is telling you.
Tim, what you're doing is called sleeping with the enemy.
Oh God. What you guys are doing is called sleeping with stupidity. And there's a big difference.
You know what, man? If you're not with us, you're against us.
Okay. And then they said, let's roll. Okay, so let's get back on track here. Nick Green Premium Podcast. Check them out. Go to insidebjj.com/premium.
It's only $2, man. Could be fucking weird, dude.
It's $1.99 a month.
Get the fucking premium, dude.
Just, you know what you should do is just send us a blank check. And then I'll
Yeah.
fill it out.
That
Stop
just takes
being-
it just takes the
Send us
weirdness
a blank
out of
check. Stop being a little bitch about it.
it. Yeah, it just takes the weirdness out of it. Just let us fill in the amount. We don't have to talk about money. Just fucking come on, dude.
So those are the announcements. The other thing I wanted to just talk about real quick is that the podcast popularity is kind of messing me up a little bit. And what I mean is like,
Really?
I
You know
can't-
what? This is the first step to actually solving the problem, admitting that you have one.
yeah. Well, this is how it's kind of messing me up. There's some guys I want to talk about that I can't really talk about because they'll know I'm talking about.
Okay,
them.
well, tell me, then I'll
That's
talk about
because
it.
you are a scared little bitch.
there's some guys that are gym that I want to talk about that I'm not going to talk about because I'm trying to help the cause. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
There was like a little incident last week I really want to talk about,
I
but I'm not going
know.
to talk about it. We'll just leave it at that. I'm just saying that it's
cannot.
the podcast is
Hey,
getting
you
popular.
can't talk about that, eh?
And it's really cool that it's getting popular, but yeah, there's some things about that. There's this other story I wanted to hit up with. I guess there's a jiu-jitsu instructor in Camden, New Jersey, and he's has a jiu-jitsu school there. He has like 50 students, and I guess let me bring up the article. I guess what happened was the cops came into his academy while he was teaching class, arrested him in front of all of his students. Okay,
Why?
and took him out. Well, it turns out the situation is over his marital status. On his, I guess it's on his visa, maybe, as to why he's here. And so
Where is he?
they're threatening to deport him. He's a Brazilian guy.
Okay, wait a minute. They just released 3,000 illegals that have criminal records, and this guy they're threatening to deport.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I wanted to bring it up because it really made me mad. I was like, "You got to be kidding me! This guy's running a jiu-jitsu school. He doesn't
God
have
bless America.
He does not have a criminal record. He's just a a normal dude, Brazilian dude, and they went into his school, arrested him in front of all of his students, and
Was he Catholic?
I don't know what does that have to do with
Those guys are bringing a lot of heat on their people.
Makes me think of an NWA song and an Ice-T song.
So I wanted to give some more information about this, but man, my stupid iPad's not pulling up the.
So you're not prepared, is what you're saying.
Article. Yeah, I did everything else for the show today.
Dude, you're just being fucking weird about the show today, dude.
Just do it. So
This
anyway,
is kind of getting political here, like the whole immigration thing, but.
yeah, no, it's a bummer, dude.
It's kind of messed up, though. This guy's not they're releasing criminals that they've been holding. They have criminal records, and this guy might have to go back.
Yeah, they're threatening. I guess he's out on bail right now.
He's out on bail. Cool.
Yeah, let me see if I could find the link. It was pretty crappy situation.
Why is he getting tripped up again?
Because his marital status is wrong. I don't want to. I want to just actually find the article and tell you, but for some reason my internet does not work at all.
I actually had a hard time finding us on YouTube.
Did you?
Yes.
All you got to do is go to YouTube and type in Inside BJJ.
I did.
I thought you were a Mason, Tim.
And then there's a link right there. It says channels. You click on channels. It's right there.
Yeah, it gave me a bunch of other shit.
I thought the Brotherhood said you'd be the very first one on the list.
They did. They lied, though.
Got to get your angles straighter, bro. Your angles are all messed up.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. I'm going to pull it up right now. So here's the... Oh, don't tell me it's not going to... Gosh. Yeah, there it is. This guy's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor. He's arrested in front of his students, faces deportation. He's a world champion Jiu-Jitsu master. His name is Milton Garcia. I haven't exactly heard of him, but that doesn't mean anything. He runs an academy in Camden, and he's a 39-year-old black belt. He lives in Camden Town and has won a string of international gold medals for Brazil. This is typical newspaper reporter getting things wrong, probably. But basically, they came and grabbed him, and they said that his marital status is incorrect on his paperwork, and
You know what that sounds like, though? It sounds like there's more to the story than that.
I thought that, but I don't want to say that.
That's like, I got a fucking ticket. This guy pulled me over because there wasn't a light on my license plate.
Yeah, but I don't want to say that.
You know what I mean?
Because we don't know that that's...
Well, you don't know that they're being just dicks. You know what I mean? Like,
most of the time, they're just being dicks.
it sounds like they found probable cause to arrest him, and they might have some other shit on him.
What are you, Magnum PI? There's only one Magnum involved with this show, and his name is Magnum PI.
Yeah, because all police are cool, and they never do asshole things to people.
No, of course they do. But, it doesn't sound like they arrested him because of that. You know what I mean?
I don't know what it is, but I just thought it was weird, and I think if that is why they did it,
said, dude,
let's get him on the show.
Bringing heat on.
If that is why they did it, then it sucks, because there's so many illegal immigrants, especially in California, who they run free reign, dude. They come and I would do the same thing if I was
illegal.
in their shoes. I know, but lucha libre.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, you're gonna deport that guy.
I'm not even from here.
The other thing is,
well, no, if he had committed a crime, they probably wouldn't deport him. So
then they would be
he needs to go beat the shit
it's
out.
like too much trouble to arrest him. Like, this guy's probably gonna resist. We're gonna have fight.
You know what?
You know what? I just came back from.
Let's just write him a check. Let's get him on unemployment or something.
Let's give him free healthcare.
One of the other cops is like, dude, you're being fucking weird about this, dude. Let's just go in there and get this guy, dude. Who gives a shit if he knows jiu-jitsu? You're making it fucking more awkward than it needs to be.
You know jiu-jitsu, but I got a gun.
I wanted to read this review. This is from 1 Millionth Planet. He wrote us a review last week, and since then he's gone and changed the review, which is really funny. He said that he got high, and he realized some things about the show that he wanted to say.
Let's just note, he was high.
Yeah. So he writes, when I'm high, I see the podcast a little negative.
You smoking bad weed, bro.
Tim is a compulsive, paranoid, rich a-hole. Matt is a lazy, underachieving white belt who talks a lot of BS for a guy who is a white belt. In most BJJ schools, white belts are told to shut the hell up and not give advice. Matt sure has a lot to say for a guy who has done nothing in 10 years.
Oh, shit.
Ernest is a fat, lazy black belt who never misses an opportunity to make Tim look like a punk. Always dirty, raunchy, and an a-hole to every guest. Which is why I love the show. Keep up the good work. And Kurt's drunk speech slurring nonsense is great. That was
a real offhanded type
Yeah, it was. I thought that was kind of funny. But I'm not rich. I hate this thing that I'm rich, and I'm not rich. I got to work every day, man. Yeah. Okay. These guys are all mum on here. So I like that. I had some feedback and questions that I wanted to get your guys' opinion on. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me go through my paperworks. I had somebody who wrote this ridiculously long question. I guess he has involvement with Team LI.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did he get...
Who is that?
Lloyd Irvin. Master Lloyd. I don't... Well, let me see. I don't know if this is Lloyd, but... Hold on. Lloyd. So one guy says... This is just the dude... His name is Alex. He said, just wanted to say I'm a premium subscriber, and I've been enjoying your show for a long time. I asked previously if it was possible to make premium shows downloadable in addition to the standard shows, and now they are. So, yeah, you can download. If you're a premium, you could download it and listen to it on the go. Thanks. I listen to you guys while commuting to work. On a separate note, it would be interesting if you guys had an episode or two. Yeah, we're going to dedicate 2 whole episodes to you, Alex.
We already gave you the other shit you want, and now you have to ask for more shit. You're just like...
Dude, you're being really fucking weird about it.
About coming back to Jiu-Jitsu after major injuries and how people develop a game around certain limitations.
Oh, God.
He recently had a pretty bad injury, which forced him off the mats. He had a ruptured disc. That sucks. He had some time to research the topic and thought it'd be interesting if we talked about it and asked some high-level practitioners you interview about it. Anyway, keep it... Yeah, he's like, I don't want to know your opinion. I want to know high-level practitioner opinion. I don't know. We'll ask people, but coming back from big injuries, like, pretty much sucks, and you have to change your game a lot, and if you can't be super competitive anymore, then you can't. You know what I mean?
A lot of that is like people want to come back from an injury or a long layoff and go right back to how they used to roll. And you have to start testing things out and seeing what works with your new injury or your new, like, I guess, disability if you have it. And if it doesn't work, then you're gonna have to, like, hey, what techniques can I start developing to work with this?
Yeah,
you got to go real slow.
If you had a ruptured disc, dude, you're not going to be going upside down and doing a bunch of berimbolo nonsense.
Yeah, for sure.
You're probably going to keep scooting and making yourself safe and just using real basic technique, half guard.
You got to tap a lot. You got to like not push yourself too hard, but push yourself just a little bit.
You got if you have an injury like that too, you got to be really careful who you train with.
Yes,
because you could get.
Yeah, some asshole could really jack you up.
Some guys, they don't care. Their thing is like, I do not care.
Take pride in it. Tell you that one asswipe we used to know. It's fucking bragging on Facebook. This is my 4th guy in the hospital in 2 years. They should name this technique after me. Like, dude, you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
You're sending like students, partners, training partners to the hospital off of a fucking neck crank, and you're bragging about it on Facebook.
That's not
it's
cool.
A fucking douche move. This same guy like permanently took somebody out.
That's not cool. So yeah, we'll see what we can do, Alex. But thanks for being a subscriber. This next one is the long one. It's from this guy named Germ. It's really long, but anyway, I'm going to get into it because it's kind of interesting. It's some interesting insight. He says, I've been debating whether or not I was going to do this, but I feel like it's important for students and potential instructor, owner, operators to consider. I can't even read. I would like to know what you guys think, especially Ernest, because he's Mexican and big Mexicans are cool. I wish I was one of them. Anyway, don't act weird about this. Why are you acting weird about this, man?
Fucking weird about being big weird. Mexican.
You're Mexican. A little over a month ago, I found what I thought was the best jiu-jitsu school in the world, like it was put here on the planet by the Lord. The schedule fit perfect. The location was amazing. The place was clean, and the instruction was great, and the lineage wasn't too shabby. Blah, blah, blah. Well, this is how it worked, and if you think I'm being whiny, that's fine, but here it goes. They grab you with a 30-day free trial. Bam. You get your intro class, a T-shirt, and they sit you down for the fees. If you sign up now, it's $150 to start, and then $145 per month for the next 6 months. Okay, not bad. I'm thinking this place is great. It's close. I can go at lunch. I'll pay a little more. Blah, blah, blah. I knew it's expensive. Blah, blah, blah. A month goes by, and he's showing up to every fundamentals class he can, which is twice per week. He's loving it regardless and paying no attention at all to the fact that his instructor is a blue belt, being guided by a head instructor black belt. Okay, fine. A blue belt knows more than me. I don't care. He's under a black belt, blah, blah, blah. My 30 days are up. It's time for a promotion. I'm thinking I get to start rolling, and now I might get invited to this combat athlete program I've been hearing about and have been working so hard to get.
You're not ready, son.
This is before I did some digging and found out this is a Lloyd Irvin thing. He gets his first stripe after 30 days. That's a pretty quick stripe. I get the sweet envelope, read the letter, sign and return within 72 hours. All right, I'm in.
72 hours.
He put a time stamp on it. I come in a day later, so stoked to put everything into practice, and out comes the price sheet again. So you signed it and are ready to go. I'll be getting 4 days of possible mat time and lessons, and now I'll be getting your instruction from the black belt for $189 a month. My mouth dropped, and all of my love for this fell in the darkness. A bit dramatic, but come on. I was shocked. They begin their whole breakdown of all the great stuff I'm getting, and even went as far as suggesting some budget options. I love this. They asked him, you drink coffee? Well, a cup of coffee a day, blah, 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 cut it out. Nah.
Cut out your coffee.
Yeah, to save for the tuition. He said, I do drink coffee.
Do you smoke weed? Cut that out, too.
I started buying it from Costco to fit in the budget I had to pay for the original fundamentals tuition. Needless to say, he left the place. Thankfully, he did it within 60 days, got his money back. None of this info for progression is made available. They don't tell anybody. Basically, what they're doing is they suck you into it, right, with a fundamentals program, and then when it's time to move up, you have to sign a new contract for a new program.
That's basically that little fucking karate scam where they have the little A-frame sign outside of their academy, and it's like kids train for $99 a month, free uniform. And then like, oh, your kid's really good after that first month, he needs to be the advanced class. And then it's like, okay, how much is the advanced class? My kid's really good. I want him to have these opportunities.
I work out a deal for you.
Yeah.
Maybe double the price.
Yeah, it's something like that. And it's like, oh, well, he's going to need,
your kid's really good at kicking. His kicks, I noticed, are really impressive. He should.
Yeah, he's in our high kickers program, Then it's like, okay, but in order to be in this advanced class, he's going to have to spar once a week with the sparring group, and it's an additional $50 to be part of the sparring group. You'll need a different uniform for that because we wear black uniforms on sparring
different
days.
Shoes.
You're gonna need all the protective gear for your safety of your child. We want him to excel, but we don't want him to get
boxing
injured.
gloves, headgear.
We sell
cup,
all that shit.
It's got to be ours. It's got to be ours.
Yeah, you're gonna buy all that shit. You're gonna buy a geese, and then you're like fucking $300-400 in the hole. But you've come that far. You're like, why the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna waste all that money and then back him out. So so you're gonna do it, and then it's like, we need a 2-year commitment. Fuck, dude. So now you're in the hole. You thought it was $99.99 with the free gi. Your kid is going to learn to be a badass.
And you know what that is called? It's called capitalism.
Yeah. And then before you know it, you're on a 2-year contract, $200 in the hole. Even
you're in debt. They send you to a credit. They send you to a credit agency.
Yeah, right.
That was even like a plan I learned from somebody a while back. I didn't like how it sounded, but it was that same setup, but it was like, okay, you're up for promotion. Like, here's the dates we do promotions. You get to test here, but you have to have so many classes up to the test date.
Yeah.
And if you miss one, you're welcome to make it up with a private lesson. So boom, there's more money.
Well, I heard a rumor at Lloyd Irvin School they have a debtor's prison if you can't pay your bills.
Yeah, it's called.
I thought he had a work your debt off program.
Yeah. No, so I'm sorry. This wasn't a Lloyd Irvin school. I don't know what school this is, but
you just ruined it.
The writer intimated that it was like an affiliate of Lloyd, but I don't know. This is just what somebody wrote into the show.
So you trying to bring the man down?
Ernest intimated.
You a hater?
Well, you know what I just read was Brandon Vera and Dominic Cruz have left Lloyd Irvin.
Wow.
Was Brandon Vera even like there anyways? Like
he was like, I don't know. He represented part of the team or
what,
whatever.
What did Master Lloyd do?
He was like rolling lumpias in the back for Lloyd, right? Doing the lumpia fundraiser. Like,
get my lumpia roll.
What
is Brandon Vera Filipino?
Yeah, $10 lumpia tickets.
Oh.
How come none of... Okay, Lloyd
I thought he was Egyptian. He has all those cool Egyptian tattoos.
Lloyd Irvin's got, what, like a $2,000 leg lock private seminar or private lesson? Like, how come none of his fighters ever win by leg lock?
That's good point.
If his leg locks are so good, they're worth, what is it, $2,000 or $3,000?
It's about $2 million now for Kimura.
Oh, you don't want my leg lock seminar? Then you a bitch.
Yeah, you like a Sambo black belt or something?
I don't know what he is.
I like when we asked him about the
honestly,
the
I don't
belt.
even know who Master Lloyd is anymore.
I don't.
He doesn't.
I thought I knew him.
Shit done changed.
He doesn't look at me the same way anymore. He doesn't talk to me the same way.
Does he touch you the same way?
He's cold and he's distant. He doesn't respond. He's always looking at his phone and putting it away real quick when I see him. He's just different. He's not saying. He doesn't kiss me on the lips anymore. He's just different, dude.
So
I'm sorry.
Do you think something's going on?
I don't know. That was out of line.
I noticed that.
Tim, can you keep the sexual stuff to
sorry.
a minimum, please?
I just said kiss on the lips, though. That's not nearly as bad. You know what?
I'm a Mormon dude, and I don't appreciate that. There's a lot of my Mormon friends that listen to this show, and my parents listen to this show.
I don't know one Mexican
and it's
Mormon.
really embarrassing.
Next time,
just don't make this any weirder.
Hold
than
on,
it has
I
to
want to
be.
make a quick point. Ernest and I, we have a very interesting relationship. I can say that I love Ernest in my heart of hearts. I love Ernest.
I don't believe it.
I do.
I really have a tender spot in my heart for
This
the
guy
big
doesn't
man.
love anybody.
I do. You like how I have my hands
This
full.
guy doesn't love anybody.
This is my
people.
self-defense
This is
stance.
Gracie's
I don't know if he's going to
self-defense
throw a punch at me while I'm talking. But Ernest and I sometimes have tension between us. And sometimes I say things.
Is that what you perceive as tension, Mr. Freeman?
And sometimes I say things to him, or I say things during the podcast that I know are going to rile him up. And sometimes I think, I'm not sure, I think he does the same thing to me.
It's fun.
It doesn't just end at the podcast. We'll pick it up at Open Mat the next day.
Yeah, right? People are like, what are you guys talking about? Like, stay the fuck out of it.
You don't know. Be quiet.
You weren't there.
I like Ernest. Ernest is a good dude.
Is he?
Matt's pretty okay. He's a little Hollywood out, though. He's got
A
his
little
glasses.
Hollywood.
Matt, let me tell you something about Matt. When he was in the 6th grade, for 6th grade graduation, he wore the Miami Vice Don Johnson outfit.
I can see it.
He wore the light-colored slacks, and he wore like the light linen jacket with the sleeves rolled up. He was so Don Johnsoned out, dude, and he had like the feathered style
I
hair.
almost got laid that day.
You were in the 6th grade.
There was this chick. She was the hottest chick in the school.
You were in the 6th
I was
grade.
in the
You were
6th
11.
grade. She wouldn't have nothing to do with me, but that day she was digging on it.
Yeah, Matt was super cool.
Hell yeah.
Matt was also the same kid that said, I was like 8 and he was 12 or something. He's like, I'm just telling you right now, when I get a little bit older, I will be doing drugs. He's like, I'm like, are you serious? He's like, I'm gonna try drugs. He was like, his heart was like set on, I will do drugs.
Matt, how did that work out for you?
Some of it was good. I like the heifer, but some of the more hardcore stuff wasn't so good.
He's wearing glasses.
I might have graduated from high school.
When I lived with Matt, he stayed up for like 4 days one time. I'm like, are you okay, bro? Yeah, I'm fine.
Get the fuck out of here. Why are you always accusing me of things?
Are you sure you're okay? Like, your light's been on for 3 straight days, and I'm fine. Doing well.
I've been praying, okay, Tim? I'm really dedicated
Why
to
do you
my
have
prayer.
a weird rash all over your body? I'm fine. It's called thrush. I'll be fine.
You got sores all over your arms. You keep scratching yourself.
I'm telling you, I'm okay. I'm okay. Living with Matt was one of the funniest periods of my whole life, though. It was awesome. We had a great time.
Did you know that while you were living with him?
I did not. We fought all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we did, but we had a good relationship because we were both basically broke, mostly. But it was like if I had $7 in my pocket, then that meant Matt had $3.50. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
If
enough
I
for
had $7, I didn't tell him.
nah, he did.
That was enough for a bump, huh?
He would. So we we went down to Viva Burrito in Stockton all the time. We had like $8 between us, and we would like eat and share a burrito or share food or whatever. But a lot of stuff happened, where he would turn on me a lot of times. Like one time we were going to sell these. We had this grand idea. This is how brilliant. We were the stupidest kids. We were 209 kids, right? We thought when these video game swap and trade places came out, we were like, we're going to take all of our Nintendo games and this Game Boy and all this stuff. We're going to take all of it. And we're thinking we're at least going to get $300 for all this. We're gonna
Buy some weed.
We're gonna sell it. This was the plan. We're gonna get some marijuana and
Smoke
sell
some
the
of it
marijuana
and sell the rest.
right for the summer.
Turn that 3 into 6.
Yeah, that's what we thought. So we go down to Video Game Swappers. The guy looks at it. He's like, "Well, I'll give you $50 store credit." And we're looking at each other, and instead of backing out, we're like, okay. So he does. So we do it, right? So then now we took the city bus there, by the way, to get there, right? All the way out across town. So we're at the bus stop, and Matt's sitting there, and he's like, I can't believe we didn't get $200. I swore we were going to get it. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. And he looked at me, he's like, this is your fault. Boom! And he pushes me down on the hot sidewalk in front of everybody. Cars are driving by, knocks me down on the ground.
How old are you guys?
I was about 14. He's standing over, wagging his finger, yelling at me how it was my fault. It's like, not my fault, man. This is your fault. That was awesome.
Funny, dude.
I don't know why I told that story.
So 14, what, you guys are 4 years apart?
Something like that.
That means you're a fucking grown man pushing
pushing a kid around.
14-year-old. He must have been even more sickly and frail looking than he is now.
Oh yeah, I was, dude. I was sad.
You probably I'm surprised some old lady didn't pull over and you leave him alone.
I was a sad Jewish boy. So hey, we got to give Duane Ludwig a call. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the Inside BJJ podcast. We are joined on the line with professional kickboxer and mixed martial artist Duane Bang Ludwig. Duane, thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, man. These are always fun.
Yeah, it was really cool getting to talk to you at Gracie Nationals. You were kind of palling around with Don Fry, and I've seen you with Don Fry a couple times now, and I think you guys make a really good team.
Odd couple.
I think
I just gotta watch that guy so he doesn't get arrested. That's my job with those expos.
I can see a reality show there.
Yeah, for sure. That is for sure.
It's like if you were to pick two people in mixed martial arts, just two random people, and put them together as a team, like Don Fry and Duane Ludwig, they'd be kind of like the last two people that you would like get together.
You're like Bo Duke and Uncle Jesse walking around.
Uncle Jesse, that's nice. I like that. Hey,
it's funny, man. Don Fry's got crazy stories. You just sit back and just hear him. He don't say a word, just take it all in, and then he is hilarious. That guy's stories are just off the wall.
He's a big cat, and he's kind of intimidating too, man. His hand is
just a little.
His hand is like a baseball mitt. It's like, dang, man.
Yep.
Is he retaining?
It's
like, is he retaining fluid, or is his hand really that big? It's like
He's
giant.
got Les Grossman hands.
Yeah, dude. But hey, Duane, I was checking out your fight record, man. You have 12-2 as an amateur, 49-7 as a professional kickboxer. Then I believe it's 21-14 in MMA.
And you don't slur your speech after all those fights.
Dude,
I might do that a little bit today. I'm tired.
That's a lot of fighting, man. And I wanted to ask you what's going on with Duane Ludwig that he wants to fight so much. Like, how did this happen, man? Where did this start?
Well, it started when I was 15, so it's been a while. My first fight was when I was 16, and I'm just a pretty active, busy guy, and what I wanted to do was fight, so I just fight as much as I could as often as possible. And then, of course, bounce around from kickboxing to MMA, and then back and forth, and finally finishing in MMA. But overall, I just like to stay busy. I just want to have fun and get out there. If I'm healthy and happy, then let's fight. So any fight that came my way, I would take.
How did you get involved in fighting? I mean, what would you say, you were 15 years old?
Correct. Yep. After I started, I did Taekwondo when I was 15. Did that for about a month and a half, and then a Muay Thai coach came into the gym and did a seminar, like a demonstration, and whooped up on a couple of these Taekwondo guys, and I was like, wow. And then he started teaching. So they just let me switch opponents over, and I started training with a guy named James Taggart. And from day one, the guy would train me to be a fighter, just from day one, and that's what I wanted to do since I was a child, just from watching all the boxing movies, Rocky, of course, and Bruce Lee and Van Damme. I always wanted to be a fighter, and it just naturally aggressive. Of course, as a child, being a boy with some testosterone, and just get my energy in the direction of boxing, just took off, and just wanted to stay busy as possible.
And what were your parents like? Were they pretty cool with it? Like, hey, man, the kid wants to fight, we're gonna let him do it, or was there any pushback from them?
No, my mom. Let's see. When did I start? Well, no, I lived with my dad at the time. My dad was cool. He was a super cool dude. So he didn't really care what I did as long as it was, and I wasn't really getting hurt or anything. So it was not anything in a bad crowd, I guess. So it was a positive direction, and he was all for it. My dad was a good dude.
Yeah, because you know, most parents are kind of like, yeah, fighting. Like maybe you should go to school to be a dental assistant or medical billing.
Yeah. Well, I was already like the plans were to be an electrician and then just do kickboxing just as fun as a hobby. So I wasn't too like I wouldn't talk to my dad about this is what I want to do forever or for good or as a profession. As far as he knew, I was just doing it for fitness and staying busy,
Really?
and then working as an electrician. So. From day one, I guess if I told him I wanted to be a fighter, he probably would have had some say so. But I think even without my dad, was just pretty relaxed and didn't really care too much. Not that he wasn't a caring, loving dad, but he just was like supportive of whatever I chose to do.
Well, as a parent, it really doesn't matter, right? Electrician, fighter, you're more than likely to get fucked up doing either one of those things, right? So, like,
yeah,
I'd rather
as long as they're happy and not hurting anybody. So
yeah, I'd rather have my
hurting
boy.
Dan willing.
Yeah, I'd rather have my boy fighting because you're probably gonna die if you get fucked up as an electrician, right? At least you'll live and get to have to wipe your ass the rest of your life.
At what point in time in your career did you hook up with Bas Rutten?
Let's see. I started training boxing, I think, in '99 when a promoter started flying him out to use his name as the Bas Rutten Invitationals, and I was already fighting on those cards. And he would stay after the shows and do a seminar the next day, and I was doing seminars, and of course I knew who he was. And just from backstage videos and such. And I'd fight. He would see me fight. I would be a fan of his, of course. And I started doing the seminars. And then when he got booked to fight Tim around him, and he actually trained in Colorado, and I was one of his main training partners every day up until that fight. So that just the relationship just grew from there.
So what was that like? I mean, what was it like the first time you're sparring with Bas Rutten? I mean, that must have been kind of intimidating.
I don't really remember the first time. I think that says something there. But he is 100% intense, all go. I mean, I love that guy. He's taught me so much, and definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for him. He's done so much for me, so technique and training, and the main thing I got from him was learning how to train. And he got some great combinations and stuff, but just the work ethic that he pushes is just insane. He is just an animal for sure, 100%. And he also, put some strings for me, like to get in the cage and stuff like that. So did networking through him, and he's always been a good guy and pushed things my way, and he's always been there to help me out for sure. He's one of those guys that he's a solid, genuine human being and isn't really in it for the money. He just did it because he cares for me and knew this is my passion and what I wanted to do. And so I was definitely blessed to cross paths with Bas Rutten.
How much of his self-defense system did you guys work on? Did he certify you in it?
I'm actually not certified. I was going to go through that, and he's got a system, but it's basically subcontracted out to a couple of his older students, and I just have to go through the process with them. I don't really want to do it because I guess I'm certified through Bas, just not I just don't have the paperwork.
I just want to know how to use that little receipt holder thing with the spike in it. Remember how he showed that? In his...
I could show you that.
Yeah, I just want to know that one technique. Duane's like, I'm pretty sure I got that one down. I could show you that one.
Yeah.
Blatant drive. At what point? Okay. So how many fights were you into your career when you crossed paths with Bas?
Oh, I don't know. I'm actually not sure how many fights I actually have. I had about 30 amateur kickboxing fights, and then restarted my record over. Said I only had 4 or 5. That's because I couldn't have, or I was having a hard time people playing them bouts. So I started having to play the numbers game and sandbagging a little bit, so I couldn't get fights. I actually have more than are actually on there, and I don't even know what my record is.
I feel sorry for the poor fool that's coming in. Yeah, no, the guy.
Yeah, you know what?
He's 3-0.
To be honest, man, I fought a lot of people that shouldn't have fought me in kickboxing and in MMA. Looking back and watching my fights, like, man, this poor dude, because it was just such a mismatch that it wasn't really, a lot of competition back then. I was just ahead of the game. And looking back, I'm like, man, poor guy,
Did you ever ease up just a little bit, or you just beat the shit out of him anyways?
I would lighten up. I would change some things up. I would start working the body and getting them tired just so I could finish them sooner, rather than just being their face. And I've done that a few times actually, because you're never quite sure how the fight's going to go to get in there, and then you realize you're just taking this guy's soul, and he doesn't want to be there anymore. So you start picking and choosing, and and I've had my ass kicked before as well, but I don't think to the extreme. Like, I've never really been outclassed. I don't think I just had some, well, I've been out crossing the ground for sure, but it's not really striking. I get caught here and there, but just some of my fights, and poor guys, their shits have been in there with me.
That's wrong, because one of those guys is thinking like, you know what? I think I've seen this guy before like 30 times, and he only has 3 fights on his record.
They kept having me like dye my hair and shave it and change my shit.
The same guy.
Yeah, I fought under Julio before. I fought under Manuel. Pedro.
Shut up.
Are you serious?
No, man. That'd be sweet. That I just have like wear shin guards to cover my tattoos.
You know it's out of hand when you're wearing what's his name? Superman glasses. You know, the fucking Clark Kent glasses. Yeah. Wait, there's not a fucking disguise. This guy's just wearing glasses. It's the same dude.
You're fighting the same guy twice.
You're fucking wearing Groucho Marx glasses
funny
with the nose.
I did a kickboxing tournament. My second or third kickboxing fight was at the Smoker in Colorado. And there was 3 people total that were in my division, whatever the division was. It was me and then 2 friends. 2 friends showed up to do the tournament. So I ended up fighting both of the friends and beating both of those guys up. So I thought that was hilarious. I stopped them both with leg kicks. They were tough. They were like American kickboxers. Like they didn't really do leg kicks. They just did all of the waist kicks and stuff. And then we did a killing rules bout. And I would just smash their legs. And it was just funny because they beat both of them, so they both had to drive home together with the busted up legs. And I stopped them both whenever it was like in the second round too. So it was just awesome. Because they were both being dicks too. So this is perfect.
Man, dude, that's
great. What I've always thought was really funny, and you talked about this on the Eddie Bravo podcast, was your King of the Cage fight with that gangster dude, where like everyone knew you were gonna kick his ass, but him. And then you had a chance to submit him, and you didn't, because you beat him up more.
Yeah, that was with Shab Smith. See, I had like as I said on the Eddie Bravo podcast, I was told by the promoter Terry Treblecock that Shab Smith wanted to fight me, and he called me out. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I took that personal. I was like, all right, motherfucker. Can we swear on this? I get excited.
Can you not do that,
good.
please?
That's okay.
Yeah, you're good, man. Don't
all right. So I was pissed. I was like, oh, wait, this motherfucker asked to fight me. So I took him down, and I was just kind of thrown in, and I had the rear naked sunk in. And after right when I remembered it, going, oh wait, hold on, this motherfucker asked to fight me. So I let go of the choke, pushed him, and let him get up, and then just and then that was just one of those fights where he was outclassed, by a lot. And from what I understand, he had some boxing matches and 400 street fights or something. So apparently, he had a lot of experience, just not against somebody at my level, especially at the time. So he was a good dude though, overall.
Undefeated on the streets, bro.
Yeah, he had 400 street fights, but really he had 1,600, but he had to cut his record down.
60 pit fights.
Yeah.
Just so he could compete.
So
yeah, my side of the story is, he asked to fight me, so I took it personal, and then did a little bit more than I should have against him. But, that's just the information I had at the time. But, he can fight, no matter what, it was a fight, and knowing that he asked, or thinking that he has to fight me, that was just perfect because it fired me up. So I think it's a little bit of disrespect, and I like that when someone's being disrespectful or something. It gets more, okayness to go ahead and smash him in the face if I can.
No, it was just funny because you could have had the submission, and then you were like, "You're not getting out of this easy."
Yeah.
How did
back it up a little bit?
How did this transition to mixed martial arts happen for you? I mean, was it something that you kind of always wanted to get into, or was it just
no? Man, when I first seen the couple of UFCs, I was like, "Fuck this! These guys are crazy." For real, it's funny. I hear people say interviews like, "As soon as I seen the UFC, I knew that's what I wanted to do."
That's what everybody says.
Everybody said this, right? I think these fucking guys are lying. Right? I was like, hell no. I can't believe this. And every time I see or hear somebody say, right when I see this, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I was like, dude, motherfucker, you are straight up lying. Knock it off. Because every time, you have the fight fake, your training everything's going good, and the bell rings, or you walk out to the cage, you're like, fuck, man, this shit's crazy. Why am I doing this again? It's just replay every time. But how it happened was, again, kickboxing wasn't so big in the States. So I started having, I just want to, be active, and mixed martial arts was coming up as kickboxing was going down. So I just jumped over, and with the help of Bas Rutten, got me in the King of the Cage. And, I think, because of him, I got good matchups too. Like, people were taking care of me, not giving me one-sided fights, but obviously that pinned me against, high-level wrestlers to hold me down. So I had good, exciting matchups back then, fighting other strikers. So that was always a plus for sure, having a little bit of Bas Rutten backing to your side.
And what was it like when you got got the invitation to come up to the UFC? Were you pretty excited about that, or kind of how did that happen?
Well, I turned them down 1 or 2 times before because I did a few MMA fights, and then K1 created K1 Max. So, and that was always my dream. I thought I was going to be a heavyweight and keep going and be as tall as my dad, who was 6'3", about 230, 240. So I thought I was going to be a big heavyweight K1 guy. That was always my dream. And then, I stopped growing and it wasn't so big, so I was a little bit big for 155. So I was fighting at 70 actually at the time, and then K1 Max created the 150 per weight class for 70 kilos. Then Thor started doing that, and I turned down the UFC. No, let me back up. Sure, man, it's been so long. How long? 11 years now. Son of a biscuit. I fought a couple K1 fights, or K1 rule fights, and then I fought MMA fights, and then I had the K1 offer on the table, and then I had the UFC offer on the table. I did K1, then went to UFC, then back to K1, and then back to UFC. So I jumped back and forth a couple times. But when I first got it, I wasn't 100% excited about it. I was more focused on K1. And because I just beat Jens Pulver, so I got me into the UFC. But it wasn't my first love. My first love was K1. But looking back now, if I could go back with today's knowledge, of course, I would have signed with the UFC from the get-go and never even would have spent time with K1.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about how you thought you were still going to keep growing. I just picture a 23-year-old Duane Ludwig, what do you think, Dad? You think I'm done? Or
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, so speaking of that, man, talking about it's easy to look back and say I would have did this differently or would have did that differently, but I mean, what would you do differently?
I would have signed with UFC for sure.
Yeah.
And then as far as, career choices for that direction, but then also if I could go back with today's knowledge, I would have trained a lot differently. I would have went into Jiu-Jitsu head first as being a Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, not somebody who's just going to roll and work on defense all the time. So that really held me back for a lot of years because I would just work defense, get up, rather than going in there and attacking submissions and actually being the Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. And the same thing for wrestling. I spent hours and months and people just shooting on me, just defending, until recently, the last couple of years, I became the wrestler. And now it's creating so many more openings. It's just, it's always been, I'm the one ultimately who chose to work the defense in those areas, not really roll and attack and, get actual takedowns. So I can't blame it on myself. But just information at the time, people are like, oh, you're so good striking. Let's just work defense. Let's just get you back to your feet. Let's defend the takedowns. And then just, get back to your roots. So I would always believe that and always do that until, Bas Rutten had me working, he had me work a lot of submissions as well. I just think people, if I could go back, I would have worked with more pro fighters. I would have spent more time with Bas if I could have, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and I think I think guys that are just pure jiu-jitsu guys, they get in the same situation where all they do is work on jiu-jitsu. They never work on their stand-up, and then they end up in a situation where they're not competitive because somebody exploits them, and then they're like, well, I should have worked on this. I should have worked. Do you think that there's one good base for mixed martial arts, or do you think that really you? Oh
yeah, for sure, wrestling 100%.
Wrestling.
Yeah, it's always been kind of a favorite of the wrestlers.
Praying mantis kung fu.
Yeah.
What's it like going now more recently trying to go back and learn some of this submission game when you got a lot of guys who were kind of ahead of you on that?
Well, what was it like back then or now?
Well, now just, really trying to catch up to some of these other guys who have been doing it for a long time.
Well, like I said, last couple of years, I changed my mindset, and I just made leaps and bounds just because it's kind of been, I've already had half the knowledge in the bank. So once I switched gears over and started just being the whole complete mixed martial artist and attacking submissions and going for the wrestling takedowns and, finding submissions during the transitions as well, I feel like I caught up pretty quick. But when the bell rings, for me, I subconsciously go back to my roots and just start wanting to just defend takedowns and just start striking because that's where I spent so much time. So just the muscle memory. But I've been slowly making strides in the gym, of course, and I've done some things in the cage in my recent fights where I was getting some takedowns and going for some submissions and stuff. But, ultimately, I'm behind the times for sure as far as my action in the cage as a complete mixed martial artist. But I was closing the gap before I had this, before I put my knee out anyway.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of tough in one way though, because you land the fastest knockout in UFC history, right, against Jonathan Goulet, and then who's going to come up and tell you hey, you need to work on your ground game now? It's
right.
You're like, I got hands.
I should have. Yeah, definitely not. Keep working your striking, but you are in mixed martial arts, you better be training jiu-jitsu and wrestling and combining the three of them together, with seamless transition. So, ultimately I was just being narrow-minded for sure.
And how did that work out in terms of like after you had the fastest knockout, and then there's like this debate where Keith Kaiser and the Athletic Commission says, no, it took 11 seconds, and then they go back and look and say, no, it's 6.06 seconds. I mean, did that have any impact on your career at all in terms of the UFC wanting to market you more or trying to give you a push?
Well, as long as it just depends on how you market it, how you brand it, and it's been branded as the, official UFC fastest knockout, but it's not backed by the Athletic Commission. So it's just, not telling everyone, not telling the full story, just saying it's the UFC's fastest knockout. It doesn't have to say backed by the Athletic Commission. So, I've heard it announced and, as the unofficial fastest knockout, but, with UFC, of course, they came out and they, said on video that Duane had the fastest knockout. So that was definitely cool. And I appreciate that for sure. But, the UFC could do whatever they want to do, of course, but they're pretty much done marketing me as a fighter anyway. Hopefully, through the broadcasting and the commentating, they'll push me as being a trainer and my affiliate business and things like that. So hopefully Joe Rogan's listening and can put some plugs in there for me.
What is your relationship like with him now? I mean, it's just the only reason I ask is most people that watch the UFC, they have no idea how the business side of that works, and they just assume that if you're a really tough guy, you just get in the cage, you knock dudes out, and then everything just takes care of itself. But there really is a business to mixed martial arts, and what's your relationship like with the UFC now?
My relationship with the UFC is good. It's always been good. There hasn't really been many, opportunities or marketing or branding anything other than just, you're set to fight on this date. I was never a UFC star. I wasn't doing appearances for the UFC. Well, I did some signings for the Fan Expo and stuff. So I don't really know the business structure. They don't really sit down and say, okay, hey, listen, Duane, this is our path. This is our clear goals for you. It's nothing like that at all. It's just, hey, you're going to fight this guy on this date and this weight. Be ready to go. And you guys got to say, okay, you don't really get to pick and choose. Well, I didn't get to pick and choose, but, of course, my star power with the UFC isn't too bright. But you just kind of do what they say, to be honest. Even like with you sign away your image or your likeness, so then Topps Cards makes cards of you, and then they make I may have had the round 5 made up as well. But I didn't get money. Well, actually, I should back up. I didn't get away from round 5, but I got a royalties check from the UFC just a couple weeks ago, but it was just for $250. So I don't know. I'm not banking, that's for sure.
You mentioned the last time we talked to you in Los Angeles about how, you were out with your leg injury and you got a mortgage payment and you weren't too bitter about it, but you kind of alluded to the fact that if you were in the other position, you would make sure a guy like you got taken care of. And you look at a lot of fighters.
Yeah, for sure.
And it seems like fighting's great, GSP and all those guys, but it seems like there's only really a handful of guys that are really making it for real, and most of the guys aren't.
Yeah, for me, most of my career, I'd say, it's been a whole career. It's always been living paycheck to paycheck, fight to fight. I've never been rich, had a bunch of money or anything. And that's not why I originally got into it. I just got into see, win some world titles and find out the best, I could be. And then, you're in a position longer, you start becoming an adult, you actually, you get married, you have kids, you get a mortgage, you start getting these financial obligations while you're still trying to pursue a martial arts path. And I can't say I regret anything, but I wish I would have got paid more money than what I did. But with my current situation, if I had an employee working for me, and I was a billionaire company, and he got hurt, and he's going to be out for a year from the day of injury until I'm saying the entire calendar year, I would have stepped up and took care of him and did something other than just basically doing nothing. So they pay for my medical, which is nice, but. If it wasn't for me taking this job with Throughout Favor, I guess I'd have to start being an electrician again and not making the best amount of money. But I definitely would have helped somebody out. That's for sure. I mean, it's a write-off from anyway.
Do you think that there might possibly ever be a fighters union like in a lot of other sports?
I think there needs to be a fighters union. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. I mean, most sports do have some kind of players union. where they negotiate. The UFC has been pretty big on that not happening for obvious reasons, right?
Be careful, Duane.
Yeah.
Well, until then, until that union happens, have you thought about using Lloyd Irvin's marketing?
Oh,
system?
come on.
I hear he has a very lucrative system. It's a proven system.
I apologize for Ernest.
What is this thing?
Mr. Lloyd Irvin. Have you heard of this guy? He's pretty good. He's pretty good at marketing his athletes. He makes them a lot of money. Apparently,
he doesn't. He's like totally on his way out. It's so bad, dude.
Oh, really? Oh, yes.
He's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble right now. That's why.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's up with him?
Oh, he got in some trouble with some allegations of some improper relationships with students and various things
Certain
like that.
Female students.
Yeah.
I'm behind the times here.
He's still making that paper, though. Yo.
So I wanted to ask you though. You were talking about, I just think there's a perception issue, and I think you hit on it with the casual, mixed martial artist fan, right? Where they see Duane Ludwig on TV and they think, oh man, this guy's he's a millionaire. He's living easy. I wish I had his life, and blah 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 blah. But how does it work with the family, man? You have a wife, you have a baby. Like, how does that relationship work when you have a wife and you're like, hey man, you still have this drive to compete and try to be the best you can be, but it's a pretty thin line between being able to do that and also being able to provide.
Yeah, it's there goes the crazy dogs. Sorry, buddy. Hey, relax, buddy. That's when things changed for me, because up until the point where I didn't have a mortgage or a wife, it was like, well, my high school girlfriend is my wife now. She's in my age, I've lived with her forever, but she got married, she had kids, and I realized, I have dependents, and my financial obligations are going to be secured depending specifically on my athletic performance in the cage. So I'm like, holy crap, now there's some pressure being involved. So I think that changed things for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's
just hard for me to do. I just found unwritten pressure, and people don't really know. Like, I don't know who quoted the saying with they say pressure is where betting $20 on a 3-point shot, and you only have $10 in your pocket. That's pressure.
Do you still plan on fighting when you recover, or are you going to stick more to coaching and
I'm not sure. Right now, I just like to stay at the training guys, coaching guys, and running my affiliate business. But we'll see what happens once I'm 100%. But I'm not even working out or anything. I don't really have any much desire or inclination to come back. But right now, I'm just kind of enjoying the time off, enjoying the family time, and being able to sit back and relax for a while. Actually, this is a long time coming. I'm definitely happy to sit back and just relax for a minute. I've been going pretty strong for a long time.
Speaking of that, I want to remind everybody that Duane he's the head coach of Team Alpha Male up in Sacramento, California, and that is Uriah Faber's gym, correct?
Correct.
And then the affiliate marketing system you're talking about is the Bang Muay Thai affiliation system, right? Can you talk a few minutes about that? Just the reason I'm bringing this up is it gets back to what Ernest was talking about with like Lloyd Irvin affiliate marketing, and it's caused like this humongous uproar in the Jiu-Jitsu community, but not for the good. So I want to make sure listeners don't confuse like Duane Ludwig affiliate with like Lloyd Irvin thing, right? Can you talk just a couple minutes about that?
Yeah, it shouldn't be. My affiliate's more, mine's strictly Thai boxing, is Bang Muay Thai. I'm asking some curriculum though for Bang Muay Thai for MMA as well. But I send out weekly videos to my affiliates, and I show them exactly what to teach from warm up to close out, and the exact combinations and drills and setups. I record the videos for each round and send them out to each location, and everyone teaches the same classes. I'm teaching, most of the guys in Alpha Male. So a lot of the information comes directly across, and then if it's from like day one students up to professional athletes. So it's pretty cool how I have my system laid out.
And is there a website? Is that 303kickboxing.com, or is there a different website? Okay.
Yes, well, you can go to bangmuaythai.com, DuaneBang.com, 303 Kickboxing. The easiest one to do is DuaneBang.com.
Okay.
And then that just forwards over to my 303 Kickboxing, which is my affiliate business.
Okay, right on. I just want to make sure we get that out there.
How is it?
Yeah, I've actually got a lot of information and help from Eddie Bravo, actually, with the 10 Planet system. he's helped me out with the affiliate program and giving me some advice and stuff. So I got to thank him for that.
What's the transition like from going from fighter to coach? Has it been a difficult one, or has it been something that was pretty easy?
No, I've been coaching and training people since I was 19 anyway, so it's something that I've always have been doing, especially back in Colorado. I had guys come up to me asking questions and hitting mitts and helping guys out with sparring drills and stuff for forever. So it's just been the only thing I'm doing now is just doing that full time rather than doing that and training myself. So it's just it's a bit easier, that's for sure.
Do you coach different guys differently? I mean, you're obviously a really tough guy, and some guys probably aren't as tough as you. You know, like are there some guys that you got are delicate that you got to kind of protect more than others, or some guys you just really push out there hardcore?
Well, it depends on the individual, and then each individual we're just like onions. There's just many layers to us, so I have to make sure that I'm hitting the right notes with each individual, and then making sure that I'm pushing for each athlete to be their own athlete. I'm not trying to make everybody me. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses, so I'm looking around those, and then per game plan and per their opponent also. So there's a lot of factors that go into game planning and training these guys, and it's something that I love to do. Like before we did the podcast, I was actually studying in fight footage of Scott Jordan, so he was fighting Uriah Faber February, March 15th, April 13th. So man, so many these. I can't believe how many guys we have in the gym here just fight after fight after fight.
Yeah, you're going to be busy for a long time.
It's fun. Yeah, for sure. It's hard for me to keep track of all these guys. It's crazy.
Well, you got Dillashaw coming up here against what's it, Tamara? Have you been training him directly too?
Directly. Yep. Definitely been training him directly.
How's his training been going?
Yeah, good man. That guy is. It's fun to train these guys. But TJ, he's got definitely the best Thai boxing at Team Alpha Male, and then he's a solid wrestler, really good jiu-jitsu, always comes in shape. This kid is going to be something special, 100%.
Yeah, he always struck me as a guy who had a lot of confidence, but in a good way.
Yeah, he definitely believes in himself, that's for sure, and he makes things work that shouldn't work. He's just a super athlete. Most of these guys here at Team Alpha, it's crazy. Like when I first talked to Uriah about coming out and doing the deal, I was kind of like, really? He's asking me to come out and he's handing me a parking lot full of race cars and take him to the race, So it's pretty fun for sure. I love it, It's like, can you come drive these guys? Like, sure, no problem. So I get to watch you guys spar and train all day and then take you to the fights again. So corner seats, no problem. Let's do it.
How do you see TJ's fight breaking down?
It's pretty easy for TJ to win this fight. Tomorrow they just find it's pretty basic. Just looking for the right hand all the time, and we've broken down pretty easy. And I think in every aspect, she's just going to run through him.
I'm going to need the names of the fighters at the gym there that you're changing the records on. So the guys who are really 30-0, but you're putting there like 3-0. Can you give us those names?
Oh, yeah.
You come in. You don't do any actual training. You just do like manipulation of records, sandbagging.
Yeah,
you're like, you grow a mustache, you shave your head. We're gonna need you to start tanning.
They're running a costume shop.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that'd give me practice for the CIA. I could go work for them when I'm done.
What did you think about? What did you think?
I could go work for. If I started here doing that to mask everyone's identity, I could go work for the CIA after this.
If you had a mustache on, you might look like a CIA agent.
Yeah, I definitely could.
What did you think of Uriah's performance recently here?
I thought that was old Uriah Faber. I think that's what we need to get back to doing more of.
Yeah.
He stepped away from what got him to the place that he's at now. So we got to get back there. But we're going to get back there safely and smartly and making sure that, obviously there's always been that kink in the armor of all Team Alpha Male guys. Well, not all, I guess, 100% with the, attacking low kicks and defending the low kicks, but we're bridging that gap daily. These guys pick up super fast. They're world-class athletes. They have no choice but to get better.
Yeah, I mean, can you talk a little bit about that? Because a lot of people kind of acted or said like, Uriah's lost a step. He's not able to compete with these guys at this level, and is it really that, or is it that he just changed his game plan?
He hasn't lost a step. He just hasn't come across somebody with world class leg kicks yet. And then when he did, that's when I realized he had a kink in the armor.
Yeah,
or chink in the armor. So that was just one of those things. Just like Dan Hardy, his reign up until his title shot, they're just smashing people. But he never really fought a wrestler. And then he fights the best wrestler in the world, which is the St. Pierre, as far as mixed martial artist. So it's just the same thing. You're right there, but just really smashing their rankings. But he never really fought somebody with solid leg kicks. And when he did, I'm like, okay, they have a problem with them. And I don't think they were really working on those at all with Tong. I don't know what the deal was with that, but a lot of the simple drills I do here, they pick up extremely fast, but there was things that they haven't even seen yet. So I was definitely curious on why he was doing simple basics. We're doing the things that I see that are simple and basic.
Yeah, what was that like? You come in as the head coach, and did you replace somebody else, or was there some people that maybe felt their toes got stepped on when they brought you in?
Yeah, Tong's been, they call him Master Tong, I just call him Tong. But he's a good dude. He's just simple and basic in his traditional, not even traditional Muay Thai, he's more boxing based. But he's done some Thai boxing fights, and he holds really good mitts, really good mitt work, actually. But he's just, I don't want to be talked down on, but he's just simple-minded, doesn't really want to work, per individual. He has one set of way. He works mitts, and he works the same set of mitts with 30 different people. And you can't really do that. You have to change things up the game plan a little bit. And if this guy's got good left hook, then we need to work the left hook things for him, and we need to make sure that left hook works in all areas and things like that. But Tong would just hold mitts for the guys. Really good mitt holder, though, like really, dynamic and making things fun. But just holds the same shit for everybody, and you just can't do that whenever a room full of individual athletes that want to to the belt arena. They have to go do things that are good for them and that work for them exactly 100%, not things like you just want to hold for. So, but I'm just another level. I'm doing game planning for each guy, and I'm making sure that when we're having our sparring sessions, that okay, you're fighting this guy next, so I need you to be this guy when you spar Uriah, things like that. And they just haven't been doing that, specific game planning for each guy, and that's just what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I could see where with MMA training, where if you have a guy or a group of guys who have some success, maybe 2-3 fights they win in a row, where you get a little bit hesitant to be proactive, where you just say, you know what, let's just do what we've been doing because it's working. Let's not change anything. And then what happens is you run up against a guy like George St. Pierre or Dominic Cruz or whoever, right? That tests you in a way that you haven't really been proactively training for, because you're just kind of sticking with what works. And while it might work for a while, that's not going to work long term.
Yeah, I definitely have to evolve the game, and with mixed martial arts, there's like in general in every aspect of the world. Everything's changing daily, so you just got to be on top of it. You can't stick in a rut, that's for sure. But it's definitely good to go and lock down the solid basics of things that have brought you to a success level. Keep those, but of course broaden on. Of course, add to the toolbox for sure. Yes, right. We all know that. There's just simple shit that needs to be repeated though, because people fall in the ruts and they just don't see it. You need to step back and see exactly what got them there, what they need to do to improve their game.
This Team Alpha Male thing is almost a perfect fit. I mean, it seems like it's working out really well for you.
Yeah, it definitely is. I got a lot of, a room full of hard-nosed wrestlers that are down the drill and put in the work. I don't have to babysit anybody. They show up every day, they show up on time, and they put in the work, no questions asked. They'll ask questions, but it's good questions, of course. But they're not complaining at all. They come in and they do their work.
Let me ask you this: how long does it take to get somebody, like maybe somebody's predominantly a wrestler, their hands aren't super great, but how long does it take to get them comfortable with the striking aspect, at least of being able to kind of stay in the pocket and exchange some punches without completely, freaking out or backing straight up or putting their head straight up? Like, what does it take to get somebody kind of into that zone?
For someone to lock down the boxing and the striking basics, that changes per individual, and that is such a broad thing there. Because I have my old wrestling coach in Colorado, Rick Delman. This guy will change levels and shoot in and go head to head with a ram. Like he does not care. But you put boxing gloves on, 6 boxing gloves, and he freaks out. And I cannot believe it. It's just crazy. So it just changes per individual, man. Some people just don't like to get hit, and some people don't mind. And there are things you can do, because just a fear factor and just being believed, having the belief system of understanding, okay, what level of damage can I take? A lot of these people just don't know. They're just so scared they don't even want to find out. Well, let's find out. Let's slowly, bridge that gap. and you could find those things out with sparring light, sparring medium, sparring hard during the fight. You could find out where you're at just so you know. Because everybody, I don't care what the fuck you say, everybody's scared of the dark because we don't know what the hell is there. But once you find out what's there, we know we can deal with it. So it's the same thing. If you find out, how much, the level of strength that you can take, what your level is, much more comfortable than just never knowing, speaking out all the time. So there's definitely some drills that you could do. And just find out how tough you are. And you can get a little tougher with this, just believing in a little bit more as well.
Yeah, how do you do with a guy that's like, he's good, but he's not that tough? Like, how do you get a guy to be tougher? Isn't it pretty difficult to do that?
But just putting in the reps and just showing that it's definitely going to be okay. It's going to hold their hand, basically. You got to put them, you got to let them, touch the warm water, touch it, get the hotter, touch it again, and just kind of slowly build the steps. And there's ways to do that. There's technical ways to do that with good drilling.
So you're saying there's hope
to find out where they're at. Some people are just a little bitch, and some people are just down.
That's perfect.
It's anything in between. Yeah.
That's perfect, because if you could see Tim right now, you just basically described him. So you're saying that he can maybe not be super tough, Don Fry style, but there is hope for him, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
There's a chance.
I could get into slap fighting.
You can take him from total bitch to like mediocre man, right?
You see how he just completely turned
Possibly.
on me? It's about 40 minutes into the interview, and Ernest just unloaded on me. He's like, you know what?
Dude, I'm trying to help you out. We have the professional on the line.
Listen, though.
I'm trying to help you. You want me to just wait until you want me to wait until he's off the line and then like, dude, I should have asked him about you, dude.
I do seriously hate getting punched in the face, because let me tell you why, Duane. When we were kids,
the nose,
we had these things called Rocky Boppers, okay? And Rocky Boppers were like these inflatable Rocky Balboa branded like things you put on your fist. You would,
like sock'em bobbers.
You would blow it up with air, and then we'd hit each other. Well, I would completely inflate mine, right? Like full air. Well, my cousins would secretly let the air out of theirs,
so
right?
You feel knuckles.
So we would do these little boxing matches, and I would be throwing these big balloons at them, and they'd be driving through with mostly fists, kind of hitting me right in the face every time, repeatedly, And
Look, so you got to go, look, I'm going to blow mine up, and I'm going to give them to you.
Yeah.
You wear these ones that I blew up.
But
There's simple solutions to this. But then you can also go, wham, okay, I saw knuckles there. Hold on, let me check your air boppers, because motherfucker, you are cheating.
Yeah, that's what these guys. And to top it all off, I was 4 years younger and the runt of the whole pack.
Well, to their credit, I think they were just trying to toughen you up.
Yeah, Herb Dean was. No, it was that lady. What's that lady's name?
Oh, Kim Winslow. She was referencing
Kim Winslow.
Yeah, she wouldn't stop it. She just let him get the shit beat out of him.
She's like, and then as soon as I got Kimura, she stood us up. She's like, stand him up. I'm like, what?
We're going to Kimura jokes.
So, yeah, no, I'm one of those guys. I hate getting punched in the face. Even when Matt and I lived together and we'd slap fight with each other, one hit in my face, and I'd be like, I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
I can't believe you guys slap fight. What the fuck are you slap fighting for?
We're from Stockton, man.
They're idiots. That's the real answer to that is they're idiots.
That's hilarious. I mean, no, I'm gonna YouTube some slap fighting videos.
Hey, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You can motherfucker slap fighting.
Hell yeah,
dude, you can fuck somebody up with a slap fight. I'm serious. You can slap.
Yeah, because pancake videos. Then Bas Rutten would just beat the fuck out of people on pancakes.
Right.
Palm striking the fuck out of them, man.
Just slapping, and it's even more sweet. Like you could punch anybody can punch someone and knock them out, but if you slap a man. If you don't knock him out, it's totally fucking demeaning,
it's
right?
Humiliating,
it really
man.
takes him out of his game, right? Way better to slap someone.
It stings.
I'm just going to start slapping people.
I've gone deaf in my fucking ear from now on.
Start like Cat Whale just going around slapping people?
Yeah. That's my new thing. I'm just going to walk around like, what,
Target.
Yeah, somebody like even looks at me funny. I'm going to just do an open finger like cock back. Like, what?
Well...
What?
Speaking of slapping, I mean, that's a tactic that Nick Diaz uses in his fights. He slaps
you like that, bitch?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, Nick Diaz, dude, I love that guy.
He gets
in
their
the
head.
gangsterest guy in MMA. Holy shit, man.
What do you think, speaking of him, he's got a fight coming up against George St. Pierre in a couple of weeks. What do you think is going to go down in that fight?
Next weekend, man. It's Saturday.
Yeah. How do you think that's going to...
But what do I think is going to... I mean, I would love to see Nick Diaz win. I love that dude. He is so gangster and 100% honest and real. I would love to see him win. I think he deserves it. I would just love that. Nothing against St. Pierre. I love St. Pierre too, but I would just, man, Nick Diaz would just be the best. I would just love to see him wearing the belt and just talking shit. Like,
Duane,
what motherfucker, like, he's wearing the belt? He's just some gangster, man.
Yeah, you just gave Matt a boner, dude. We're so glad he's sitting
down. Held down. I think he's just going to get, held down. Excepting even with Nick Diaz, all of his opponents up until this point, none of them were wrestlers. Like, his recent reign in the last couple of years, not one wrestler. And now he's going to fight the best wrestler in the world again. Same thing like Hardy. He had it's not easy to get where he's at all, but he hasn't fought a wrestler. What was the last wrestler he fought?
Way back in his early UFC days.
Yeah.
Now he's fighting the best guy. That's what people don't understand. But man, that motherfucker is gangster. So hopefully he comes out and just fucks up.
I just hope
leather on my dome and be set.
He's so gangster he makes you cuss when you talk about him.
I hope
dude, I love that dude.
I hope it was like in the 4th and 5th round he starts dinking on GSP and he throws his hands up and calls him a bitch and he hits him. That's what I want to see.
Would be funny if he slaps GSP and then GSP has like colored contacts that come out of his. Like, you're knocked out.
You want acid or something or what?
He's like, what's wrong with you, dude? No, isn't Nick Diaz the UFC's worst nightmare to be champion though? I mean, out of like all the Brazilian guys who can't speak English, out of all that, Nick, he has to be the worst case scenario champion in the history of the UFC.
Yeah, Dana White would not be happy, dude.
As far as marketability?
Yeah,
as far as like not doing the shit you want him to do.
As far as like commercial marketability, like a commercial, but if he would represent, 75% of America right there, he's the most realist motherfucker, because he says exactly what the fuck everybody's thinking. Like, what bitch? And that's, I'm in the store and someone's looking at me, I'm thinking, what bitch? I'm not going to tell him what bitch, But fuck, dude, that guy is fucking awesome.
Do you know how
he's not going to be, he's not going to, muffle anything. He just says it the way it is, and that's just the way, it should be, that's for sure.
Would that
all these people will get, they're trying to be, I wouldn't say brainwashed or whatever, but they have to, be a certain way, act a certain way, say certain things just to, keep their sponsors happy. There's, UFC is as real as it gets, and people should just be able to be themselves and not be tailor-made to say something for a corporation.
Yeah. Would that get in your head a little bit if you were fighting a guy like that and you were pretty gassed and he's punching you and slapping you and calling you a bitch and asking you if you like it?
Yes, of course. That would suck, right? Fuck, man. I'm tired as hell. This guy's angry and has energy. And he's calling me a bitch. Like, this sucks.
It's just funny because I was watching the promotion that they put together for this fight coming up, and it shows Nick. He's talking tough and being Nick, but then it shows him like with his bicycle uniform and he's riding his 18 speed. Yeah, it's just funny, dude. Little helmet on.
He's like this
funny helmet.
The gangster, vegan MMA guy. He's such an enigmatic person, huh?
I want to see
crazy, man.
Bicycle shoes.
I want to see him with like baggy jeans and a wife beater riding his 10 speed.
You know what's funny about that is
that's what you would expect, right? Like a typical gangster. He's just I don't know, like we're so used to putting labels and stereotypes of people, but with him, fuck, man, you can't, man. It's just there's so many, and they're just contrasting layers as well. It's just there's like he's a gangster vegan, like you just don't
gangster
vegan. I don't
know if he's vegan, but
no, he is a vegan. Yeah, it's funny. He's like this thug, but he's a vegan who rides 10 speeds with funny helmets.
The funny part about that,
and then he will beat your fucking ass,
dude. In Stockton, if you ask everybody trains with Nick.
Oh,
nobody rides 10 speeds with Nick. Nobody's a vegan like Nick, though.
Yeah.
But everybody's badass like him. I used to train with Nick Diaz. Like, did you ride 10 speeds with him? Well, no, but I trained with him.
No, you don't want to ride 10 speeds with Nick. He will.
That's the gangster part.
I want to see him riding a 10 speed with the handlebars turned up. Like the old school, like
backwards,
redneck style,
with like a little Vato mirrors on it.
Man, for real though, man, that would be great if he won. Just because we're from Stockton and we like Nick, but it'd be hilarious.
It would be fucked up because everybody would think they're hard just because they're from the same town. Everybody would be mean rigging, dude. I mean, tap out shirts, afflictions, and Nick Diaz shirts all over the place. Flea markets would be fucking selling replicas of the shit.
You'd hear a lot of Stockton, motherfucker.
Yeah, I fucking train with Nick Diaz. Don't fuck with
That'd
me.
be a ringtone.
I'll fuck you up. I train with Nick.
Ringtone. Stockton, motherfucker. Stockton, motherfucker.
It's funny. It's funny in Stockton. Nobody calls him Nick Diaz. It's like, oh, I train with Nick.
Yeah,
I train with Nick.
Nick.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know him on a personal level, huh? So sweet. Good for you,
Yeah,
buddy.
no, right?
So yeah, man. Hey, Duane, it was a pleasure talking to you, man.
Yes.
You have what else?
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
What else is coming up, man? For you specifically.
With me, I'm like my life now is revolved around these guys' fights. So my goals for me is just getting these guys world titles and building my affiliate system. That's just where my focus is right now.
Right on. And
That's the next evolution. Yep.
And I wanted to mention real quick, if you see Duane running around with Don Fry, it's because they're promoting GLC, right? That's a supplement that you guys are.
100%. GLC, yeah, the glucose chondroitin supplement. It's the best shit out there, 100%. And they're doing a 20% off code right now if you use all capital, all caps, Alpha Team or Team Alpha. You get 20% off the GLC Direct 2000.
Nice. So, hey, we really appreciate you coming on, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you, dude. You're a great dude, and we wish you the best, and we look forward to talking to you again.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. You got my number. Just give me a call.
All
Thanks
right.
a lot,
All right,
man.
Thanks, bro. Bye.
Thanks, brother. Take care, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we almost got him in studio because he's up in Sac. He's up in the Sac town.
Maybe
That'd
next
be
time.
nice.
That'd have been awesome.
I want him to come in studio. He's going to punch one of us.
I would probably let him punch me.
Andre Gladzinski drove from Sacramento. Why is Duane?
Yeah,
Oh,
Andre
hey,
came from
speaking-
Sacramento.
Why
You
is
called him a
Duane being
dick.
fucking weird? Why is he being weird about it? If Andre can do it,
Dude, Andre Gladzinski pulled a really cool punk on Ernest.
yeah, that's pretty funny.
Because remember, so the backstory is, in case you guys haven't heard that, you can get premium and go listen to it. But Ernest asked him about an incident.
Face to face.
Face to face. Andre was here. He asked him about an incident where Andre jumped on this dude because Andre saw the guy, and the guy knew Andre, but the guy didn't say hi to him. He walked by him, and Andre kind of got upset and said, "Hey, when you see me, you say hi to me." So Ernest, during the rumor segment, like called him out on it and said, "Hey, man, like everybody kind of thinks you're a jerk." And
So
da da da.
are you a dick?
Yeah.
So it was like one of the most tense moments we've had on the podcast.
Yeah, I
Andre
guess
had
he
this
a
clicker pin.
And he was clicking it like 100 times in a row. Click, 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 click.
This is what it sounded like.
He's like, well, you know,
And he was biting his lip, too.
He was. I thought it was going to go
he's
down.
gonna rush me.
So Andre sees Ernest at this Warrior Quest tournament last week, and when he sees Ernest walk by,
He like
he's
slaps my shoulder. He's like, hey man, when you see me, you make sure you say hi to me.
it was great.
Hey, that
dude.
guy's intense, huh?
He's cool, man.
He was
cool.
cool.
He's really
He's cool, but he's got an intense side to him.
I think he can be. Yeah. Yeah, he can be.
He's a cool guy, man.
So hey, let's take a quick break. We're gonna be back with Tariq Azim,
And your mother.
the Jake Shield's striking coach. Should be interesting. Okay, we'll be right
Why did you say that with a racist accent? Dude?
back. Fuck, dude, I don't know what's wrong with you, Ernest.
Can I talk or what?
And welcome back to the Inside BJJ podcast. Hey, we want to apologize. Our buddy Tariq Azim is a bit under the weather today. He had actually sent us a
He's
message.
got the bad AIDS.
No, come on, bro.
It's a joke. God,
He-
relax. This guy's
Come on,
so
come
uptight.
on, man.
We
Come
all-
on.
We all know he doesn't really have
Come on, you guys are
Stop-
making it weird.
Stop squeezing your butt together so hard.
No, so he's not feeling well, man. I guess he had sent us a message earlier before we started, and we actually didn't catch it on time. So I apologize for that, but hope you feel better, brother. Yeah. So hey, Ernest had something he wanted to go over or something. Do you have something you want? No. Okay, Matt, did you have something you wanted to do?
Yeah, but that's not the proper setup for it.
Okay, so hey guys, Matt's gonna take over for this part. Go ahead, Matt. It's all you.
Okay.
Can I get some music?
Okay, yeah. Let me see. What kind of
the
music
fuck?
would you
I
like?
want some metal, some guitar.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what I got. Metal.
So
Got some AC/DC.
So Tim, for the
Let's see.
listeners, which you guys don't realize is Tim's doing the I'm the instructor and you guys are the students. And if you can do it better than me, then go ahead and do it.
Well, I carry the Duane
put you
Ludwig
on
interview.
spot kind of thing. So
Oh, hold on. Wait. No, that's not the right one. He wants music. Sorry. Let me get
what he doesn't realize is it's only mildly entertaining.
I don't have music for you, Matt. Hold on. Let me see. Is that good? No, not good.
This is the UFC 158 breakdown. Diaz versus Pierre.
All right.
Nick Diaz is a better boxer than me, but I am a better MMA boxer than Nick Diaz. And Nick Diaz is like to trash talk to win fights, but I cannot understand what Nick Diaz is saying. So when he talks to me, I'm not going to know what Nick Diaz is saying. So I'm going to beat Nick Diaz. And plus, for me, I'm going to my dark place. And when I go to my dark place, I like to find man, and I have sexual dominant relationships with him so that I can be dominant in my fight and go to my dark place and beat Nick Diaz. Is that pretty good?
That was good. That was good. That was really, really terrific, dude.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little quick UFC 158 breakdown.
Oh, that was extra on top of the breakdown.
That was
okay.
just extra.
Bonus.
Fuck, dude.
So
Premium bitches.
The first two fights are a joke. I don't even know why these are on the main card. Mike Ricci, whoever the fuck that guy is, he shouldn't even be on there. Scratch him. The Nick Ring, Chris something, Razi. That fight's irrelevant. The only three fights that even matter are Ellenberger against Marquardt. Nate's getting fucked up in that fight. Jake's going to kick his ass. Condit's beating Hendricks. And then Nick Diaz is going to knock out GSP. Take it to the bank. I said it. It's going to happen.
That was good. Go ahead. No, sorry, Ernest. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Nothing. Go.
No. I don't have anything. Nothing?
Nothing.
I was going to let you go. I didn't want to step on you.
You're a fucking
No.
dick.
I just wanted to get back to...
punch you in your fucking fruity little face right now.
I just wanted to go back to that thing about that guy saying Matt is a lazy, underachieving white belt who talks a lot of mess for a guy. He said, I don't even know why these fights are on the card. Matt called...
do you know who those guys are?
I know who Mike Ricci is. He was on The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, he's on The Ultimate Fighter. He's
one of...
He's Rory,
This little guy.
Rory's little bitch, basically.
Rory McDonald.
Rory Ronald McDonald. Matt called me earlier in the week, and he did about 20 minutes of St. Pierre on the phone. Like, literally, I could not get him out of St. Pierre. Like, everything he said was...
In order for me to find my dark place, I am going to find Keenan Cornelius. I know that Tim, he liked Keenan Cornelius, but in a different way. For me, for Tim, he wants to submit to Keenan Cornelius, but for me to find my dark place to beat Nick Diaz, I'm going to make Keenan submit to me.
He turns into Ladka. Andy Kaufman's Ladka. Yeah, he turns into him a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's kind of a mix of like, Ladka and Kyle Terra.
Yeah. I didn't prepare anything for the last segment. This guy Rich FTM, I think is his name on Sherdog. I posted the Kurt Oceander episode. He's like, this one was much better. The previous two were very boring.
What were the previous two before Kurt?
I don't know. It was like Daniel Gracie, which was actually pretty funny.
Everybody liked that.
It's the one I wasn't on, right?
And then Crater or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Anything
I wasn't
else?
on that one either, huh? Oh, okay.
May I talk now?
Yeah.
Who was the guy's name that said that?
Rich FTM.
Hey, Rich. I live in Stockton. You can find me on these streets. I'll kick your ass, bro.
on these streets.
On these streets. Just come to Stockton and walk around, and you'll probably...
I live 1125 South Pilgrim. Anytime, any place, I'll jack your shit up, bro.
That's his old address.
Did you just use a Janet Jackson lyric to threaten someone?
No, that's really his old address.
Yeah. Old address.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm unsuspecting.
He's sending you to an abandoned house, dude. That's
a crack house.
That's
now.
funny. He's going to rob you for your pizza.
Find me, bro. Look me up. I'll kick your ass.
Come see me, homie.
Don't be scared, homie.
So
you want to talk shit on these boards?
Real quick, though, Tarek was going to come on to talk about...
But Matt offended him.
The Horian Gracie seminar that's coming up in San Francisco.
I thought he was going to talk about... Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Thank you.
I really want to say it, but I'm not going to do it.
He's going to talk about the Horian Gracie seminar at Empower Gym. And I can't... Can you see the date on that, man? I'm blind, bro. I think it's March 30th. Yeah, let's see.
March 30th, 2 to 4 p.m.
Oh, they're going to be talking about
$90 per person, $40 per additional family member.
Call now to reserve your spot. The phone number is 415-255-8482.
A peeler and a custom-made juice bag.
Oh, that Henner made.
He hand sewed a sock for you.
Henner.
I like that. Like
you get a
the head of the Gracie family's coming down, and he's just going to talk about how to eat.
I think it's about the Gracie diet.
Yeah, he's
selling a book, right? I would imagine.
Well, I think it's going to be like a talk about the Gracie diet, and there's going to be a Q&A. The juice bag.
The Q&A, he's going to have foods on the table, He's going to tell you to pick which ones you're going to mix together.
Yeah.
And if you mix the wrong ones, he's going to choke you out.
He's going to scold you.
He's going to slap you.
He's going to say,
hey,
Elio would not approve of what you are eating. And then he's going to have Henner choke him out.
I have an invite to go. What do you guys give me if I show up with a Big Mac? Just chomping it as I walk
Dude,
in.
I'll give you a BJ to show up with the Big Mac.
BJ's barbecue. That's cool. I like BJ's barbecue.
I don't think he meant barbecue. Maybe if you're talking about cooking sausages in your mouth.
Dude, you should show up with a big giant,
Really?
a big giant McDonald's bag with like a bunch of Big Macs. You start handing them out.
You just show up with a soda and like slurp it the whole time, like while he's talking.
Dude, speaking of McDonald's, I'm gonna tell you a McDonald's story that made me scratch my head. So usually in the morning, if I don't have time to make breakfast, I'll go to a Starbucks and get a reduced fat turkey bacon breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
So one day I was really running late, and I only had time to stop by McDonald's to get an Egg McMuffin. And so the Egg McMuffin and the reduced fat turkey bacon got left in the back seat for 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
The reduced fat turkey bacon was molded as shit. The Egg McMuffin had no mold on it. It was perfect. I could have eaten it.
Did you eat it?
No, I did not.
Were you tempted to eat it?
I wanted to see what it tasted like.
Dude, you know what would be funny, though? Is if somebody was to send, like, I don't know, 15 or 20 Little Caesars pizza to the Empowered Gym the day of the seminar.
Holy shit. Dude.
That would be funny.
Or you have a diet and you're trying to argue with him and you're trying to mix the foods he says that you shouldn't mix. You have your own diet that you go there and you have your own diet trying to push while he's pushing his diet.
I'm selling my own books on the side.
Just send a pizza for Hoya and Gracie. You ordered the meat lovers?
Those juice bags are actually
You complain about the juice bag.
They're like old socks that Henner and Hedon have worn. Nylons.
Why throw them away, dude?
We wear the nylons, not because we like the way they make our legs feel.
Yeah. You get a hole in the sock. You throw the sock away? No. Look at what you do. You take a needle and you take a thread. You sew the hole. You wash it, flip it inside out. You pour your juice in there.
Juice bag.
Dang.
I was getting ready to say
I like how he when he does that video, he keeps saying juice bag so fast. It just sounds like he just keeps saying Gracie douchebag. How's it going, guys?
Hey. Yeah, so, man, I don't have anything else to say. I hope everyone was entertained. Hope it was a great podcast.
You're entertained, that's good. And if you're not entertained, that doesn't matter. Because really, what does it matter anyways? Everything was whatever, or everything matters 100% all the time.
That's right.
Hey, Matt, did you hear about this big man seminar that's going down in Stockton?
Don't miss the Big Man Seminar at Ronin Jiu-Jitsu. If you're fat and you're sitting on your ass saying that I can't do Jiu-Jitsu, well, you thought wrong. Put down the Big Mac. Learn how to triangle choke fools out the Ernest mellow way.
That's good. Nice. You know what I realized? Just say this real quick with our whole webcam setup. We could just start filming our own shows now, like our own talk show.
Hell yeah.
That'd be great.
Hell yeah, bro. We can totally do that. Then you can see me sign.
Oh, my God. Well, Ernest thinks he could the same way I make fun of Mexicans because I'm married to one. He feels like he can make fun of deaf people because he's married to a deaf.
Well, I married a Portuguese.
Porta guy. You mean a Porta guy?
You just grow a unibrow and talk shit?
No, I just I grow a unibrow and I pull my pants down so the crack of my ass always shows.
Okay.
Is that what Portuguese people do?
Okay.
They just show ass crack?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay. A lot of plumbers in the family. So, hey, man, remind everybody to support our sponsors. We would really appreciate it. I apologize that this show was so poorly ran in the third segment, but we're doing our best, and it's free. So
if you don't like it,
complaining.
kiss my ass.
We apologize that Tim had to kill the shit to make a point that he's running shit. So, I don't know. He just had to be really weird about everything. I don't know why he did that. He just made it really awkward.
What did I do?
You just made it really awkward, dude. I don't know why you're being so weird.
How am I being weird?
You're just being really weird, dude.
Well, you know, I feel like every time I try to give any kind of direction on the show, you guys get all bent out of shape.
I don't get bent out of shape.
Yeah,
I don't want you telling me what to do.
It's like you guys don't see. What were you guys doing Sunday morning? You know what I was doing?
I was sleeping.
I was getting all this prepared. Video,
This is prepared.
audio.
This is prepared?
It's more prepared than what it usually is.
Oh, okay.
Look, Tim.
You think these video slides made themselves? You think the audio stuff? You think that the audio problem worked itself out?
Oh, you wrote the code.
You think this stereo cable replaced itself this morning?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I do things. You guys are busy sleeping.
You do important things.
I'm doing stuff. All right. You think this paper printed itself? No, I had to type it up and print it.
Yeah, I wanted to say thanks for the paper so I could use it for my bird cage.
Okay, see.
Like my bird cage with it.
You have a bird.
Yeah. Wow. He's sophisticated. And I'm the rich a-hole.
Or if I run out of toilet paper, I could use it for that too.
Yeah. It's like every time I say something, you guys are...
Tim, I appreciate
Whenever
you.
Tim talks, to me, it's snooze time.
I try to give you guys props. I'm like promoting the Big Man Seminar, saying how much
May
I love
25th,
Ernest.
TrainRonin.com.
You never promote none of my shit. You play crickets when it's time for me to talk, and then if I say, Tim, I want to cover the fights, you fucking forget, and then you give me a shitty segment at the end and play crickets again.
Well, this is what Matt does. Matt sends me segment ideas about 5 minutes before he's set to come over. Hey, dude, you gotta let me talk about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I don't give Matt 40 to 50 minutes per show, then he feels like I'm boxing him out.
If it wasn't for me being the guy that I am, and you being the guy that you are, Duane wouldn't even have came on and did this show.
You know what, though? Like, you did. I mean, it was almost like your own segment. You were, like, seriously, like, verbally, like, filleting Duane Ludwig.
Duane Ludwig, you had a
like,
good report. I was glad that one of you guys finally stepped up and actually had some material.
Well, I try.
For as much,
I try.
this is you guys. Oh, I'll let Tim run the whole interview, and then I'll just see if I could jump in and make fun of him.
Well, no,
It's at a
I don't
certain
do
point.
that anymore because most of the podcasts in the past, I was under the influence of certain materials, and I realized I probably do a better job if I'm not under the influence. So
I finally
stopped.
had to tell Matt, I love you, Matt. But maybe you should take it down a notch. The same thing with Ernest. You only had 3 energy drinks today.
Yeah.
Last week, you had like 16.
I had this, and I had this, and I had Alpha Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I snorted it, though, so it gets in your system faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you know,
I would appreciate, all I'm
try to
saying is
contribute.
I would appreciate a little bit of reciprocation.
Well, I would appreciate some fucking respect. Like the last show, I was gonna do a MMA breakdown.
What were you gonna say, Ernest?
That's Tim's specialties, cutting people off.
Go ahead.
The rich asshole.
Go ahead. No, you were gonna. I'm giving you the floor. I'm yielding my minutes to the gentleman from East Stockton.
East Stockton? The fuck?
Hold on. I'm yielding my minutes to the gentleman from Conway.
From Conway? Well, this is my deal, Tim. This is what I hate doing on the podcast. So I just say, go ahead, Tim.
It's your show.
Okay.
It's your fucking
I
show.
see how it is.
You
Okay.
fucking you
All
talk.
right.
You do all the talking, bro.
We're gonna.
Hey, it's cool, bro.
Okay. No,
it's
that's
cool. I
fine.
don't want to be fucking weird about anything. I don't want to fucking be show, bro.
You guys spent.
God, he does a good white guy.
You, it's like no. He's doing. Can I say something?
Hey, dude,
It's your show.
do your thing, bro.
He does. He's impersonating Brian Murphy, impersonating a white guy. That's what he's doing right now. It's pretty good. I like it.
I'm just saying, Ernest gets rumors. He gets music for rumors.
He does.
Like, what music do I get? I announce that I make this boring show sound exciting every time I announce it.
Well, I gave you that slot.
Yeah, but that was for you though, not for me.
You run with it. You run with it. You shake your head.
Wait, you had
scream.
marital advice.
Remember that? Remember how well that worked out?
That was pretty good advice, actually.
And then, well, we did fight pick showdowns, but you lost every one of them. I kept having to send free merchandise all over the world because you couldn't pick a fight correctly to save your life.
What's the big deal? You lose every tournament match you have.
Oh, man, that hurts. But that's not true. I took silver at U.S. Open, right, Ernest?
You did.
You still never spun gold.
When's the last
Like
time?
all the other
okay. When's the last time you competed?
I retired. I don't compete anymore.
Yeah, you had didn't you get comp twice? You were like you were gonna go and compete for free, and you turned it down.
Oh yeah, that's
I got
right.
it because this guy sets me up to train CrossFit, and I injured my shoulder, so I pulled out.
It's my fault.
Tim, why would you do that, dude?
Listen to me.
Well, you trying to get him to train, and you're just being fucking weird, dude.
Let me tell you, I was going to pay for him to train CrossFit.
Oh shit!
I
You know what they say about that? It's fucking free, so he has no respect for it.
I know. what I did is I was like, Matt, I want you to get back into jiu-jitsu because you were the guy that kind of directed me to it. I want to help you get back into it.
I begged you to train, but you wouldn't. You refused all those years. And then I moved to Southern California. Like, hey, Matt, I want it. You're like, hey, Matt, I'm into jiu-jitsu now.
Why did I not get into jiu-jitsu when you were into it? Let's think. Maybe because I couldn't walk out of my room without being tackled, pushed through the sheetrock, held down, put in sleeper holds that weren't even real sleeper holds, judo jean label moves, leg locks, knee bars, heel hooks, kimuras, key locks, held down against my will, knee on belly, knee on face. I'm like, I don't want to do
Balls
this.
in your mouth.
No, I don't remember that. I don't want to do this.
Because you were asleep.
I don't want to train this. Okay?
This is not cool.
Just like the way your drink tastes.
See, you guys, for you, this is all fun and games. For me, this is a business.
Oh,
okay.
my bad.
All right? You guys come here. You sit down. You got shirts that I paid for. He does.
Oh, he does.
You don't wear anything.
He doesn't have one.
He's too cool.
But his size was too big. They didn't have any.
Oh, now he's going to take shots at you now, Mr. Funny Man. I do all the work. I put everything together. All you guys have to do is get here on time. You can't even get here on time. He lives 4 minutes away. Does he get
here on time?
No, you were 5 minutes late.
Oh, you fuck.
5 minutes late.
Did you have bottled water prepared?
Well, but
I had to stop and buy my own bottle of
but
water.
Ernest never knows.
All you had was tap.
You guys want to hear something funny, though?
Stockton's tap water makes me gassy.
Had to take an emergency shit.
Ernest and I have the exact same conversation, but it's flipped at the jiu-jitsu gym. He's like, if I see one more waiver not filled out correctly, I swear to God, Freeman, I'm going to throw you on the ground and choke you out. We have the exact same conversation, but it's reversed.
Yeah, that's funny.
Seriously, I'm just kidding.
We'll meet in the middle somewhere.
Listen, I really appreciate your guys' hard work.
You don't appreciate.
I really
appreciate you, boo.
I couldn't do the show without you guys. I really
no,
couldn't.
you really couldn't.
Right, you couldn't.
You couldn't.
Jesus, man, I'm trying to be sincere. I can't even do it. I can't get a prop from either of you guys. Not
Tim,
one.
what you need to realize is that I'm a scarred individual, and I have a hard time making significant connections with anybody, so I'm going to push away any form of affection or compliment.
That's the way friends do each other, idiot. But you wouldn't know that because you ain't got no friends, you loser.
I'm what you call a cat person. You have to work for my love
You're
and acceptance.
so,
You're going to have to hold me down and make me accept your petting. And eventually I'll purr. I'll scratch you a lot, and I may spray or try to bite you. But when I purr, dude, you're going to know the connection's there, dude.
Can you purr in the microphone real quick?
I can't do it, dude.
No, dude, that's gonna.
I can't. It's gonna sound like fat guy snoring.
I've been meaning to talk to you about your sleep apnea.
It's my TV and septum. I have a glandular problem.
No, I enjoy podcasting with you guys.
It's pretty sweet.
Every weekend I look forward to it.
It's a big sacrifice for me.
I look forward to it, but I never know what you guys are gonna say. I swear, and some of the stuff you guys say, I'm just like, I can't.
Did you remember the first podcast you brought me in on, and I was fucking with you, and I text you, and I text you that night, and I go, dude, I'm coming in hardcore. I'm really going to bring it, bro.
Yes, I do.
And you're like, and you text me back, you're like, no, man, just be yourself, dude. like, no, do you understand? I'm really going to bring it, man.
Well, you don't know which Matt Freeman's going to show up, man. He might rent a limo and be driven over here.
He was really worried. Really worried.
Do you remember the day when we show up, it's like a morning podcast, and like Matt comes in and he's like pretending to bounce off of the ropes and fucking clothesline you? Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't even had coffee yet, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, there was one when Matt came in. He was really excited. You wore a bandana one day too, I think.
No, I never wore a bandana.
No, you never wore bandanas.
You singing "Every Rose Has Its Thorn"?
No, I could have stayed another night.
Ernest, you have no idea how close to the truth you are.
What to say.
Isn't there like lead singer of a rock band, Matt Freeman story?
Was it something I said or something I did?
Matt's been the lead singer of a lot of rock bands.
Yeah?
Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you. Though I tried.
This guy, when he was 17, his standard outfit was no shirt, leather vest, 3 gold chains. That's what he wore around town.
Like
And a mullet.
You're like
mullet.
He had a mullet, too.
like the white Mr. T, dude. That's hella funny.
Matt dressed as Mr. T when he was about 12. His mom polished his face black.
Shut up.
I swear.
That was racist.
Do you have a picture of that?
Somewhere.
Dude,
I don't think so.
There was a neighborhood kid named Jason Martinez kept saying, "Where's Matt at?" And we're like, "He's right there." "That's not Matt. Where's Matt at?" "He's right there, Jason. He is shoe polished himself black."
That was racist of my mother to do that.
We thought it was the best thing
She set
in the
you
world.
up. She was like,
She was so ignorant of how racist we were that she didn't realize she was so ignorant of her own racism that she didn't know that it was racist to paint up a white person black.
That's hell.
How is that racist, though?
Because that's what they used to do when they were really
Put on blackface. And all
and
that,
really hardcore make fun of black people, like Eddie Bravo did.
Well, the
the
real. I don't remember the jazz player's name, but his like racist like accusation was that you, in order to be respected in the music industry, especially jazz, you had to be black. And he was really good. He said he was better than most black musicians. So to prove his point, he put on blackface and played jazz in black clubs and white clubs.
Did people know he had blackface on?
Yeah, it was not like he was trying to.
It's a white person, like a black person.
No, it was like very clown like. He didn't do like his whole neck. He like did like a white line around the black face. So like,
right.
you know what I mean, it was like a straight slap in the face of black people. Like that. That's why there's such like negativity. Like, blackface, that's super racist because of that one dude. He intentionally did it to like,
Yeah. Wasn't there more than one dude that did that though?
I mean, that was just a shtick of the day that people would do.
After that guy, I mean, I think he was the first one to do
Amos
ever
and
puts
Andy.
on
Wasn't it
brown
Amos
face.
and somebody?
Put on brown face.
Yeah, brown and proud.
I want to put on white face.
That's called being a mime.
I should put on like skinny face.
This is for La Raza.
I should put on skinny face and be like, oh, you have to be like a flyweight in Jiu-Jitsu to get any respect. I'm going to show you guys, like, I'm going to put on skinny face and show you guys that I can still do Jiu-Jitsu just as good as Kyotera.
Put a corset on.
Corset.
I could be as good as Kyotera. I could float in the air too.
You're all making me like tie it up in the back, string it with some
holding
shoelaces.
onto a pole heavy. Like
I could
put your knee
prance on the
back.
mat on my tippy toes and do ballerina.
So
I don't appreciate
anyways,
you making fun of me. I am not light in the loafers. I have you know that I am married and I have a child. I don't appreciate the connotation that I may be of an alternative lifestyle.
oh come on.
I don't appreciate
No, I
this.
never thought that Kyotera was from an alternative lifestyle. I just thought he was from Never Never Land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do I follow that? What do I say now, guys?
I don't know. Nothing. I think we're done.
I think I was trying to compliment you guys, say what's up, but that's okay. I don't have to.
www.trainronin.com.
Go ahead and promote your
May
school.
25th.
Cool, man.
Big
Follow
Guy
me
Seminar.
on Twitter, inside BJJ Matt.
See this?
Fucking Freeman cutting off
Just-
Gene is just fucking strong.
I know.
It's strong.
You know why? Because this is the thing that you guys don't understand.
Follow me on Twitter, inside BJJ Matt.
Fucking-
It's like this. Your guys' brains spin like at a like a household washing machine. You guys are like an Oster brand blender. That's how fast. I am like
You're a Vitamix.
a Vitamix.
Yeah, okay, we get it.
My brain is popping, dude. So when you guys are like getting ready to tell your little story, my little sexual joke, it's so funny. It's about wieners or something. It's so good. I know people are gonna laugh.
I'm sorry we're not so
I'm
we're
like,
not as sophisticated
dude,
as you.
I'm like 300 cycles past that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already into the next podcast. I'm laying groundwork now for the next show. And you guys are like, oh, my wiener. You know what I mean? That's the difference.
Well, I'm taking Alpha Brain now, so I'm hoping that I'll just like up to your level. I'd maybe get a little bit more sophisticated in my way of thinking.
It won't get close. You won't get close. Look at the cup you're drinking out of.
Is this a Fat Nate?
All right. Seriously, guys, it was fun. I had a blast. I love Sunday nights with you.
Bones it.
Bang!
Smell that? That shit is funky.
Where my bitch is at?
Oh, brother. You take the show to places I don't want to take it.
Take it to your mama's house. Crack it open, let it get stanky.
I'm done. I'm done. We're done.
Get my hips moving, put some shoulder in it.